So I just want to say before I sit down some of my thanks. So I want to thank my team, you know who you are, for being amazing, and my secretary who is amazing but isn't here, but we will pass on our messages of amazingness to her. And also I'm just going to say a big thank you on behalf of all of us to the SCAD Trustees, who are completely awesome and amazing. So, and my team have been busy in their greenhouses just to say a little thank you from us. Well done.
Okay. Wow, thank you. Not really got much, final presentation. It's really just a lot of thank yous anyway. So thank you all for coming today. I said at the start, we're really pleased to be back doing an in-person conference. And it's been a really, really enjoyable day. I hope you've all found it interesting. You're not too exhausted. So subliminal messages just to remind you of our wish list of increasing donations and volunteers. There's lots of things that people already help us with and things that you might be interested in helping us with. The healthcare, getting SCAD into healthcare guidelines, is a really long-term goal for us. We've had a couple of attempts to infiltrate the NICE guidelines. We haven't succeeded yet. In fact, what we ended up with was a bit of a negative, in a sense of we submitted comments about their ACS guideline, the acute coronary syndrome guideline, to say that there were certain aspects in there that don't apply to SCAD, and we felt that SCAD should be added in there as a note. So what they did was on the front of that guideline say that this guideline does not apply to SCAD, but yet there's nowhere to then go and find out anything about SCAD. So that was a bit frustrating, but we will keep working at that. And sometimes it's hard to respond to the opportunities. We have to kind of work to the timelines that are dictated by those guidelines. But we've got SCAD into midwifery textbooks and things. So if there is anybody that has this kind of experience, skills, working with these kind of organisations, we would love to hear from you, and help us, because just putting the comments together to submit to that is a huge task. It does take hours of time. So thank you to anyone that might be able to help us with that. Please let us know. So, thank you, all of you, for coming today. Thank you for all the volunteers, fundraisers and supporters that we've had already. We had a couple of volunteers helping us today. So we've had Penny helping us on the registration desk. I want to say thanks to the Biomedical Research Centre. Various staff members have helped us today. So I know we've got Liz. Liz has gone over at the back. Yeah, thank you, Liz. The BRC have actually provided financial support for us for this event, which meant that we could keep the delegate rate not quite as low as 2018, but not far off. We've also had, obviously, the discount rate on the room for people staying here. So it's been a huge, huge help for the charity to not have to kind of pass on those costs to you quite as much, or even for the charity to absorb. So thank you very much to the BRC for that support. Thank you to, I feel like I've won an Oscar. If only. Thank you to the College Court staff, who again have been amazing, helping to set it up. So we've had Esteban and Mehmet, who have helped with the setup. Ollie, who's been fantastic here, of helping us yesterday and today. Triskel Pictures, who are filming and have been taking photos. This is our second event working with them. They're just wonderful. They will do a fantastic job editing these videos and getting those ready for YouTube. So thank you to Sophie, Ian, Matthew and Luke. Now, I want to do a special thank you to Harriet. She's going to educate us for this, but Harriet stepped down as trustee, so she was trustee 2018 to 2023, and we'd just like to do a very small presentation, if you wouldn't mind, just standing up, because Harriet's done so much work and still volunteers with us, lots of work in Wales, running our shop fantastically. She's brought new items into the shop, and we miss you, so thank you very much for all your work. And next, we just want to say a thank you to Karen. So this is a bit of a delayed public thank you. Karen, co-founder, so she'll never escape that, was trustee from 2015 to 2021. We did previously present Karen with an acknowledgement gift.
I'm wearing it.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, so, but we haven't had a conference where we've just been able to publicly thank you. So, and again, Karen still volunteers and does lots of work with us, training and everything, so thank you.
Can I just put into context that in that photograph, I'm actually doing that stand-up exercise, just in case you were wondering if I was demonstrating cardiac rehab.
And while I'm thanking trustees, I'd like to obviously thank Debbie and Sarah. Just wonderful, wonderful people to work with. Really, lots of fun. We do work hard, but we have a lot of fun as well. And they've both just excelled themselves organising this conference this year as well. So thank you both to you too. So now I want to thank the SCAD research team. So we've got Dr Adlam, who's here today. We've also got Jane, Jenny and Vanessa, who have been helping us so much today. As Dave mentioned, his secretary, Jay, was due to be here as well, but sadly is unwell. So we've got some payback flowers for Jay, Jenny and Vanessa. So thank you very much for all your help today. And thanks for all the continued work that you do with the research. We know that you go above and beyond. You give so much to the patients. You make their experience at the clinic that much more important as well. So thank you for everything you do. There's more people involved in the research that obviously aren't here. We've got people in the labs and everything. So, extended thanks to the wider team as well. And we'd actually also just like to do a special thank you to Dave's wife, Linda, because Dave gives so much time to the SCAD community. Our conferences are always on Saturdays. He gives up so much of his time, and maybe you're glad to have him out of the house, but thank you very much.
I'm so lucky to be here, actually, to see Falling Bases, because he talks about this condition. It's his life. So I feel like I know quite a lot of stories, a little bit of the stories of the people here, and it's lovely to see what I'm really quite emotional. Yeah, you can keep him.
Thank you. Can we clone him? And then we've just got a little video message, actually, just to share.
Hi, David, Dr. Adlam. It's Sharonne Hayes from Rochester, Minnesota.
It's Marysia Tweet from Rochester, Minnesota.
So we want to greet you from Mayo Clinic on 10 years of SCAD research. Congratulations on this accomplishment, and we're just thrilled that we have had you on the journey with us. After we were asked to do this little message to you, I went back and I looked and I found your first email to me, March 7th, 2013. Okay, so it was to me and Tim Olson, our colleague, about some patient had come to you and said they'd been talking to patients in the US, they knew about us, and they wanted you to do that too. And what a great partner you have been through all of this. And when I looked at the tempo of what we did that first 6 months, I mean, we had an agreement. We sent you our questionnaires within a couple of months. In May, there was a virtual skedaddle over in England, across the pond, at the same time that Marysia and I were in Chicago. And then Rajiv Galati was there in August. So a lot happened in 2013, but even more has happened since then in that decade of friendship and research. And I just want to say that the partnership and the collaboration that we have had with you and your team has been invaluable to, I think, the overall SCAD research internationally. But I will say personally, you have been the model of a collaborator, smart, contributory, a friend, and a friend who tells you when you need to do something better or different. And I can remember one particular time when you bailed me out by cutting 2,000 words from a very overwrought manuscript. So David, congratulations on 10 years of SCAD research, and I hope you have, well, at least 10 more.
And I'll just echo Sharon's kind words. I agree with everything she said. And when I think of you, one word that immediately comes to mind is enrichment. You have enriched my career. You have enriched the research on SCAD. You've been a role model, and I just want to thank you for that. Thank you for your friendship, your collaboration, the lessons you've taught me even from miles away, and for continuing to strive to do what's best in regards to research and patient care, and looking forward to continuing to work with you.
So happy 10th anniversary.
Woo-hoo!
Bye.
Very much.
This is just a little card with some letters from people to you,
That was amazing. Thank you.
and that's something for your office.
Thank you. I'm so glad I didn't wear that shirt again today. But no, thank you very much. It's really, really very kind of you, and amazing from some incredibly esteemed scientists as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And that's it. That's everything. I don't know if there's any more thank yous I could squeeze into a short space of time. So thank you once again for coming. Safe journey home, and hopefully we'll see you again at the next conference.